Hey, this is Mr. Johnson and welcome to my house. Today we're going to be making biscuits.
Welcome to my house. Play that music too loud. Show me what you do now. We don't have to go a while.
Today we're going to be making biscuits. First thing you got to do is preheat the oven to 450 degrees. When you're working with the oven or any hot surfaces, please let your parent or guardian assist you or do it for you so you don't burn yourself because it's really hot. We've already done that here, so we're going to move on to the next step. We're making buttermilk biscuits. Well, we don't have buttermilk here in our kitchen. We don't carry it often because it doesn't last long. So we're going to make a buttermilk substitute by putting a little bit of vinegar in some milk. And so it'll curdle up and be a good substitute for buttermilk. Now we're going to start with our dry ingredients. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to get 2 cups of flour. Make sure you level this off so you have what you need. It's splattered everywhere, but that's okay. Messes happen. It's going to be a big mess here later. Not a fan. Not a fan. Put that down. Next we're going to add the rest of this. The rest of the measurements for the rest of the dry ingredients are going to be right here. We're going to put in baking powder, baking soda, salt, gotta spice things up somehow, and sugar. And then we're going to stir this up. Get all the dry ingredients together. Next we're going to grate in some cold butter. You got to make sure it's cold before you do it. Not room temperature and not melted. Make sure it's cold. And the reason why we're grating it in, it's easier to mix in that way. Now we're going to use a pastry cutter. This is what we're going to use to get the butter mixed in and make sure it's all in little pea-sized shapes. Now we're going to add our buttermilk. Don't do it so fast that you're going to get a mess everywhere. Now we're going to stir that in. Be nice and gentle with it too, because you don't want to get flour in your mixture everywhere. You want to make sure you keep it all in the bowl. Now it's all coming together. Now we just got to put some flour on our surface. We will work with it with our hands, get our hands a little dirty. So be prepared for that. This is not what I like because I like my countertops, but it is what it is. Okay. Get this. Put this on here. Put this on here. There we go. Now we're going to mess with it with our hand. And you push and fold. Push and fold. Push and fold. I might put a little bit too much flour, but work with what we got. Next we're going to get our rolling pin. And when you get your rolling pin, make sure that you flour it up some so the dough doesn't stick to the rolling pin. So what we're going to do is we're going to smooth it out. Make sure it's nice and flat. Put some more powder on it. Now we got to roll it out to the thickness that we need. Now we're gonna cut them out and put them on the tray. So what you're gonna need a little cutter. You make sure you flour this before you use it because you don't want the dough to stick to the cutter and won't come out, okay? So we're gonna put this in here, push down, and pull back up. That's all you gotta do. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do a couple more. Just gonna cut it around. Just gonna cut them out. This is the last one that we cut. Now we're going to brush on the remaining of our buttermilk mixture onto the rest of the biscuits. Now we coated them. Now we're going to put these in the oven for 13 to 14 minutes. As you can see, we just got them out of the oven, and man, they look good. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to put some melted butter on top of them. These things are going to be tasty. Alright. So since they're all buttered, let me taste one. Make sure they're edible. You can't beat it with a biscuit. Biscuit can go with anything. You can make biscuits and gravy. You can have it with breakfast, lunch, or dinner. And I want to appreciate you coming to my house and making biscuits with me. And thank you again for coming to my house.
Welcome to my house. Play that music too loud. Show me what you do now.